Okay, everyone. Hello, and welcome to Loop Hero. We are continuing with our streak of indie games for this week. Um, this is one of my favorite indie games ever. It is just something else. So, with that, we're off. Loop Hero is a very strange game. Uh, the whole point, you are following this little dude as he goes around these loops. And with each loop and enemy encounter, you gain more cards to fill out the map and more gear to better equip your character. And you just gotta keep him alive until he makes it to the boss fight. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So it's just keep your guy alive. That's all it is. Let's see. I'll also do combat speed at 2.5. So, I got a new sword, and I got a grove. And the grove is gonna put Rat Wolf every 2 days. So, up in this top corner, you see the little thing with the sun. That is the days. And so this game is just gonna be a balancing act, start to finish. It's... You want to place stuff like this where, like... Hold on, 2 seconds. I need to figure out where to place everything. Okay, so these tiles over here... There's a lot to explain, so I'm gonna be all over the place here. These do tiny little, like, buffs. Like, the rock gives you 3 HP and 3 more HP for, every additional rock that's adjacent to it. The forest, +1 to hero attack speed. Very nice. The grove gives you enemies to fight, so you can keep getting better and better. You can only retreat when you are on this space, otherwise you lose progress. Like, you lose items. But yeah, that would have technically been one run. But this is the little hub world. You can set up camp. Campfire. And I can place this anywhere in the dark. There we go. So now there's a tiny little camp. Now on runs, because I've got this in the hub world, I get 20% of my max health back every time I complete one loop. So this is usually about the length of a loop. There will be enemies so that you can progress naturally. So, like, I'm gonna put these 2 rocks here, so I now got an extra 6 health. Plus, I think an additional 6 health because they're right there. I will save Oblivion. Okay, so Battlefield puts down a chest. And yeah, enemies on the tiles can become ghosts when they die. There's just... Everything about this game is just, like, read the description, find out, is that gonna basically screw you over later on. Because for the longest time I thought, oh, you want a bunch of enemy placements That way you can constantly be getting better and better gear. But no, you actually want to hold off on placing enemy tiles as much as possible until later on. So essentially, to fully beat a level, that little bar here has to get filled up, and then you have to fight the arch nemesis of each level. And the way to fill that up is to just add stuff to the world. So I got armor and a shield now. Beacon, that, and then meadow. Ugh. So this game is just gonna be resource management the game. So, in addition to everything I've said up to this point, you gain resources that carry over if you escape without dying, just by placing stuff. So, like, I got 2 rocks, or 2 pebbles for placing a mountain. When I get 10 pebbles, it upgrades to 1 stone, which is a building resource for the hub world. Road lantern. I don't want any enemies spawning at the health area, so regen per second, I will definitely take that. Okay, so here we got a treasury right here. Treasury gives you, each time you place something beside it, it gives you resources for placing, like double resources or something else in addition. But you can't place them next to anything. They have to have all 8 surrounding tile empty. Counter. I don't care about counter at all. So, like, I'm keeping the backpack open here so you guys can see. But I'm gaining all these resources, and when you get 10 of each of them, they upgrade into the actual whatever you're trying to get. So, like, ration turns into food, noticeable change turns, I forget what it is. There's like this metal orb it turns into. Scrap metal is just metal. Stable branches, 12 pieces of them turn into a piece of wood. And it's like each one takes different amounts. So the pebbles is 10. Rations is 12. Metamorphosis, that's what it is. All of it says what it turns into. I just like to try and explain things. So I'm extra. So I'm gonna hold on to all of these actually for now. Except for the battlefield. Love me a battlefield. Just because these guys place enemies, which great and everything. I love that, because enemies give you stuff, but also enemies can deal a lot of damage to your health, and the whole point is you want your health to be as high as possible when you finally do get that boss to spawn in. You do not want to be caught with anything less than 2/3 of your max health. Let's counter 7%. This is objectively better. So when I first started, another mistake I did was I would say, oh, these do the same thing, let me get rid of them so it's not taking up space. You actually want to hold on to these and let them fill up, because the ones that you don't decide to equip, when they reach the end, they break apart and give you more resources. And that's the big loop of this game, per se, is just, it's resource management, and it's just not being dumb. Let's see. So I'm fully healed. Now, each time you complete a loop and make it back to the campfire, your enemy's levels go up by 1. So that is the trick of it, is you want enough enemies that you're getting consistently better loot, and like eventually you're just getting stronger and stronger. but you also don't want so much that when you get to higher enemy levels, like, you're just getting slaughtered. I got another mountain. I will place a vampire castle here and a vampire castle here. These don't spawn enemies in, they just make it so that if enemies spawn naturally, they add one vampire to the fight. And beacon, once again, just makes you move faster. So those are things that are relatively harmless. Now, these three, like these two, the groves can be added here, and as it says, there's a 5% chance of spawning a slime once a day. So I'll do that just because these are relatively easy for now. I am going to hold off on the spider though, because that is every single day you're getting at least one spider. And like, say I put that way over here, it takes me like 3 or 4 in-game days to complete a loop. So that's gonna be 4 spiders I have to fight by the time I get there. Which, right now, might be manageable, but like, by loop 5 or 6, that's gonna be, like, detrimental. Let's see. So, this is the next thing I want to talk about. Tile placement. Matters a lot, because now those are no longer the individual mountains and quarries. Now they are a mountain peak. I get 121 max HP, 5% max HP for every adjacent mountain or rock tile, which I'm about to put another, because thank you. And then you also get more enemies from it. Every 2 days you get a harpy. So, yeah. Let's see. I'm holding out for another treasure trove, so I don't want to like put one right. I don't want to put anything on this side. I already goofed and put one here where I can't place anything down here, but it is fine. Yeah, I don't got anything right now. Still don't have anything, but I will make it work. So now everything is level 4. And it's gonna get harder and harder with each passing day. Ooh. He tried so hard. Back off, human. Yep, he's evil. But like in the Dracula from Castlevania kind of way, where it's like, he's evil, but like, is he? Like, is he really? Like, is this really the bad guy? So, my last beacon. Past that, I can't play. Like, I can get more beacon tiles. I don't have anywhere to put them, though. Yes, sir. I will take that. Damage to all is a beautiful, beautiful stat that y'all will see me put above anything else time and time again. I'll give up the regen for that. Let's see. I'm gonna get those bonuses. Or my name isn't Ratman. Ratman Jones is what they call me, actually. I tend to back out if I've not made decent enough progress by like loop 6 and just take the like resources I've made at that point. Because like I'm at the point where I've made enough resources that like if I die, it'll be decently upsetting. That is objectively worse than what I have. Let's see. It did not take my mountain. Oh well. Let's see. So I got decent little resources. I'm gonna place everything, so I'm about to back out of here. While I still have the option. So, retreating, you keep all the resources, and like, oh, hold on. yeah, so now I've got this tiny little camp. Yeah, it's just cool little stuff. Let's see. I don't have enough for an herbalist hut or a smithy, but I have enough for a field kitchen, which I'll definitely take. So this little hub world is what you're trying to get these resources for, and the whole thing is that each of these buildings serves a purpose when you are actually like out in the runs, and it's a very nice loop. And so right now I'm only on story level 1, but like I think there's 5 chapters. I don't know off the top of my head because I've only ever made it to chapter 2. But yeah, and the only other really cool thing I can think to mention in this video is just you have to have 7 cards, and you can have up to 12 cards. But you get to decide what you want, and different ones cost a different amount of like slots. So right now I've got everything but the Blood Grove. But yeah, I got all these, and it's very cool. These are what can show up in a run. You get to customize it, and you unlock more as you build out your camp. And yeah, that is Loop Hero. I hope that I've done this game some justice. There was a ton of talking in this one, and I do apologize for that. It's not an easy game to just casually explain. But yeah, that's Loop Hero. This is one of my favorite indie games of all time, and I'm currently, as I'm speaking, looking up what platforms it's available on so I can tell everyone. Okay, so it is on Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, Linux, Cloud Gaming, and Mac OS, sorry. So, yeah, it's a super solid game. It manages to be simple and complicated all at once, and I think everyone should try it at some point or another. But anyways, I will see you guys later. Peace.